Log day 555. That's kind of cool. Welcome to Monday. Today I want to talk a little bit about since I finished my draft of Agnar's box yesterday, I thought it was a good time to talk a little bit about what I'm trying to do, what I'm thinking about doing, and strategizing around this transition of my publishing career. For those of you who don't know, I've already self-published 7 books, unpublished 3 of those books because they need to be rewritten really badly. And not that the others couldn't use some more work as well, but you can never make a perfect book, right? You might as well just move forward. I just wanted to talk a little bit today about moving forward from here. I have 2 books sitting on the shelf now that are finished. Well, Agnar's box I'm going to work on today to try and get to a place where it is finished. One that I sent to a publisher last year, 2 years ago. Last year? Year and a half ago, something like that. And they didn't want it. And that's okay because that's normal and I should probably be sending it out to more people. And then this one, which I'm going to send to a publisher and I'm hoping that they will want it. But at the same time, I was thinking of using this book as query material. The reason that I've got different plans from that old book though. I'm not exactly sure what to do. We'll talk about it as we go. We need to find some food, coffee, and start writing for the morning. The rainy bag, yeah. My writing career is really important to me. And it's something that I'm trying to figure out long term, right? Like you can go the traditional way, purely by querying, getting an agent, finding a publisher. And I do intend to go that route, but not entirely on its own. Like I still want to continue to self-publish as I go. I'm just not sure how to decide what to self-publish and what not to self-publish. And I think part of that is because you kind of got to know what traditional publishers are into and what they're willing to publish, what they want to publish, and let them have a first crack at it because why not? And if they don't want it, then you can self-publish it. That's kind of the de facto strategy for hybrid publishing, I think. But I'm not 100% sure that I buy into it because I think business-wise in the long term, if you can build something that sustains itself and that grows on its own within your own self-publishing, there's a lot of benefits to doing it by yourself. Not all benefits. Obviously, there are things that are missing, but more thoughts. Only seems polite. The coffee was good. I had a sandwich. It was like a ricotta. It was nice as a vegetarian, like ricotta and mushrooms, caramelized onions and all kinds of things. It was pretty tasty, but like kind of wrecked my stomach for a minute there. At least I went through a very unpleasant stretch for a bit. Oof, not sure what's going on there, but anyways, I'm really close. I'm in the final chapter. I went through and layered some things that need to be added in, a couple of references and just some stuff to add clarification. And then I've been reading through all the brand new chapters, editing them as I go, and I think they're pretty good. But like I said, we're at that place where I'm just not sure what's good anymore, right? Is it good? Is it solid? Is it set? Does it need more? If so, what does it need? All of that. So really close, but my battery was dying on my computer. Thought I'd catch the last sunlight here on Sacré-Cœur, and then I'm gonna go home and go for a run because I'm desperate for a run. Get that out of the way, and then sit down and try and figure out the rest of my life because I'm gonna be teaching. I didn't realize, I thought I was teaching English like 2 or 3 days next week. It's at least like 4. It's a lot of English teaching going on. Anywho, back to the loudness of city life. Somehow I never saw this over here. I'm sure it's been here forever, but I've never noticed this before. Huh, but I guess it's not real. Oh well, they can't all be real. Anyways, let's go for a run. I have thoughts, but I will share them after I get away from the mini jackhammer club up here. process that I'm going through right now is trying to figure out how to proceed with the 2 books that I have sitting around. Agnar's box almost finished, and I feel very committed to querying, going through the whole traditional process with it. I think that it stands a good chance of finding representation and of getting published. I think it's pretty solid. So I want to commit to that, and I want to go through the torture, the hell of finding an agent and a publisher. It's not one of the main reasons, but it is definitely a motivating factor in my self-publishing career, has been basically just trying to avoid the psychological distress of finding an agent. And Natasha likes to remind me that being on submission is far worse than the agent querying process, but I'm not sure how much I believe that entirely, but I guess we'll find out once the time comes. I really do not want to go through the process of querying agents. I'm going to. I feel like I'm psyched up for it. I'm ready for it. I feel confident in Agnar's box. So that's going to happen. The real question is, what do I do with couriers off-grid? Post-apocalyptic that I have sitting around and have had sitting around for a while. Do I shoot myself in the foot if I try to self-pub it? Even though I'd kind of like to. I made a post about this on Patreon actually today, kind of putting my thoughts out there to see what my patrons thought. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments too, but the question is, can I? I feel pretty confident that I could successfully kickstart the book. Like, it wouldn't cost a ton, and I'm fairly confident that we can make that happen. That's not really the concern. The main concern is that in kickstarting the book, unless it does really well, like demonstrates some real interest, then it could actually hurt the book in the long run, because if I want to sell it to a publisher down the line, self-publishing the book doesn't necessarily hurt it, but I have to demonstrate that there is significant interest in it. So basically, I was actually talking with an agent about this last night, one of the agents that I'm planning on querying with Agnar's box, and I asked him, like, in his opinion, what are the odds that I end up shooting myself in the foot if I kickstart the book? Basically, would it make it unsaleable? And he said it was definitely risky. And basically, the number that he ended up putting out there was that I would need to sell at least 1,000 copies to keep it from hurting the book in the long run. So that's more the question. 1,000 copies is a lot of copies of a book. Do I feel confident that I could crowdfund a book and sell 1,000 copies of it? I mean, ebooks, paperbacks, all combined. It doesn't have to be any particular format. It would just need to be 1,000 copies of the book across the board in total. So it feels kind of like, honestly, as we're talking about it, it felt kind of more like a challenge than it did particularly daunting. I mean, it's a little bit daunting, to be sure. I think that's definitely a stretch, but at the same time, it's like, could I make this work? It also ties in really well with my crowdfunding course that I'm teaching for InstaFreebie. It would be really good for me. I've been thinking through this, and I think it'd be really good to actually build a Kickstarter campaign myself here to use as an example. Not only just to kind of make sure that I'm completely in touch with what I'm asking my students to do, but also to be able to show them exactly what I mean when I'm talking about the way that I would want them to build a Kickstarter campaign. And it's hard work, and it would force me to really think through everything that much more. So there are multiple reasons to do it. The question at the end of the day is, do I want to take the risk of sacrificing this book? And, I think it'd be worth it either way, to be honest. Even if it can't be published right away or anytime soon through a traditional house, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I don't know. Be thinking about it. Oh boy, okay, so that last bit there, whoa. Yep, that sandwich had its way with me. I mean, I'll spare you the grisly details, but there's kind of a comedy there. Kind of got done talking, felt a little bit like, But I went into the store because I was like, well, I'm here, I'll get some bananas, finally get the tomatoes and stuff to make the pico de gallo that I've been wanting. Made it all the way to the bananas, was like, nope, I gotta get out of here. So I went downstairs. There's a bathroom just underneath the supermarket next to the garage. So I was like, I'm going straight for it. And there's a coin slot for it, but it's never locked. Like, it's always open. You don't actually have to pay for it. Until today, when I walked up, I was like, oh no, this isn't working. So I rushed out of there, had to basically speed walk all the way home. You know how it goes, getting increasingly desperate the closer you get. It's so weird how the human psyche works. Like, the closer you get to the restroom, the more it's like, all right, I'm gonna give up now. I came in, of course, Jacqueline had to stop me and had some mail for me. The nice thing is that we've got mail. Karin, I think your package finally came. So that's good. But yeah, sprinted down here, realized I have to get into my room because I'm gonna need toilet paper. Just couldn't get the key in, got it open, threw my stuff on the bed, grabbed the toilet paper, made it just in time. Whew, I'm feeling a lot better, but wow, that was unpleasant. I'm still gonna go for a jog. It could be a mistake, but we'll find out when we get there. I got stuff from my sister, from my parents, and from a mystery person, but within France, it looks like. Karin was asking me if I'd gotten this though, so I should probably open this first. Cut through the tension. Oy. As we all know, these packets do not open easy. First place kitty stickers, it looks like. Meow. And a postcard. with a rabbit. When it says, when you meet a goal or pop a bubbly, use congratulations cat to check it off the list. Surprise, there's stickers. I can do that right now because, as you all also know, we finished revising Agnar's box today. So let's go ahead and kitty cat sticker that. It is significantly too large for that, so we'll have to wait until the rest of those go down. But it's nice, I like it. These are ridiculous. Thank you, Karin. These are amazing. Might have to reformat the board to accommodate the kitty cat congratulations stickers. Thanks, Karin. Anyways, now that I am done almost dying, I'm gonna go for a run because I want to do that before it gets dark so I can run around the lake. That's my plan. 4 miles at an 8:53 pace, so a little bit better. Again, moving my way up. I gotta do a long run. I was hoping actually to do a 10K tonight with a running group in town, but no. I was gonna try and see Natasha last night. She asked if we could rain check for today, so that seemed like a wiser choice of my time. So we'll see if we're still on. Go grab a drink with Natasha after I deal with this, and I think I'm gonna do laundry as well because like all my running clothes are just terrible right now. Whoa. I realized I forgot to go to the ATM. And that's what I get for waiting. Or for running from here without buying them, I guess. Aww. Got the laundry done and I got some stuff done. I've actually been editing and I'm gonna go ahead and jump back into the end of Agnar's box because I still have the energy to do it. I want to finish it tonight. Then I'll send off that finished version to a couple of people. We will hope for the best. I really have a lot of thoughts going on, obviously. I hope today made sense. I feel like it made decent sense, but I'm gonna have to like work on what I'm trying to say. Same thing with the Patreon post. I realized later that I didn't do the best job of explaining myself as I wrote it. So just gonna have to please just work with me if you don't mind. Just kind of keep track with me. Just track with me a little bit longer. Speaking of Patreon, I mentioned this yesterday, but there's only 10 postcards left up for grabs. So if you want to grab a postcard, be sure to jump on that. I have ordered them. I need to go down to Lomography and actually pick up the photos themselves. The physical photos are back, so I need to go grab those too. We'll go down and do some errands in the Marais tomorrow. I think is going to be my plot. I just have a lot of things I got to get on top of. Now that Agnar's box theoretically should be done tonight, time to get super productive, even if my hermit week is going pretty much right out the window. Well, it's okay. Can't have successful hermit weeks every week. Thanks for watching. Please, if you've made it this far, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I would love to see you again tomorrow because that's where I'll be, right here with you tomorrow. Amañana.